welcome all of you. This is the first leadership training program which has been initiated. And I must say this was a very difficult area for me personally, because leadership is something which I don't have any expertise. So I was feeling little uncomfortable. Give you experience of their life. Plus we do have some of the eminent scientists in the country who will come and share their experiences, how they have been successful, what were the lessons of their life. Say for example, we have Srinath Reddy, we have Renu Swarup, who was the former Deputy Secretary. We have an eminent social scientist, social worker. He's a doctor also, Dr. Amte. He's the son of great Dr. Amte. And we have with us many other eminent scientists who will be coming either physically or by virtually, and they will be helping us to know their lifetime experiences, what mistakes they committed, how did they go so high in their life, what they achieved through the interaction with all of you. I also welcome Madam Usha Datta. Madam Pranam. She had she's the head of gastroenterology at PGI Chandigarh, and because of her COVID, suspected COVID, she could make it to physically over here. Ma'am, we welcome you also. And please let us know if we can be of any assistance to you. With this, again my thanks to all of you for helping us and showing your faith in National Academy of Medical Sciences. Thanks again. Now I request, we were trying to get Mansukh Mandviya over here to join us for inauguration. Somehow because of his other commitments he could make it. So may I request to play the message of Dr. Mansukh Mandviya ji, Mr. Ravi, please help us.
Namaste. I'm extremely happy that the National Academy of Medical Science is launching an important initiative of leadership development in the health and medical sector. The first workshop will be organized for 8 to 10 of March 2024. This workshop will go a long way in enhancing leadership skills among directors, deans, head of departments, and senior faculty members in the AIIMS, medical college, and institutions. The goal of Viksit Bharat by 2047. Your initiative aligns with Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of building a Viksit Bharat. It is said, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. The LAID initiative will instill pathway for institution building and transformation, decision making, teamwork, collaboration, time management, awareness about national programs of the Government of India, and much more. Learning and capacity building is a continuous exercise. Our government is promoting and encouraging capacity building with the whole of government's approach. Capacity building acts as a highway for focused output by a competent workforce and providers a work culture to the organization where individuals feel streamlined efforts work as a team with shared goal and vision. I am confident that the LAID initiative, Renovate and revitalize our health workforce. I urge all the senior members working in the medical field to embrace technology and innovation to find solutions to new challenges emerging in the modern world. Creative leadership is a must to take the country forward. I appeal to all of you to make the best use of technology to serve the people better, strengthen institutions, communicate effectively, collaborate efficiently, and inspire creatively others as a leader at your respective institutions. Strong, effective, and creative leadership is the essence of good governance. All of us have to work tirelessly towards taking our nations to newer heights. I hope the deliberations at the workshop will provide an opportunity for eminent participants to discuss more innovative way to contribute to nation building more and also strengthen our collective missions to serve, share, heal the poor people's suffering and pains, and make health care more accessible and affordable. My best wishes for all the success of the planned events. This is just the beginning, but we have miles to go. Thank you very much.
Well, on behalf of all of us, we'll convey our thanks to Mansukh and we'll share our best wishes with him. Now may I request Dr. Sanjeev, who is the main coordinator, who is the anchor of this workshop, to please tell us the objectives of the workshop.
Can I have the next slide, please? The objectives of the workshop include the pre-course assignment, the reading material, and the discussions during these 3 days will only make you sensitive to what you know and what you can learn more. And then there are a lot of models and theories of leadership. When I studied leadership as part of my MBA, the course on applied leadership, I read 6 books and 110 articles. I was totally confused because I didn't understand what is in it for me. How can I learn leadership? And then as an assignment, I requested my professor that I want to come up with something which is practical for learning. And the result was a 3-domain model: act and review. You come to know the fact, you reflect what you know and where you can learn more. Then you prepare your plan, that is act, and then you keep reviewing and the circle continues. The slides are stuck. So I'll continue because I have my printout in front of me. How this course is different? Yeah, go back to the first one, previous one please. Act, reflect and act I have already talked about. We maximize. Next one please. Yeah, next one. We will be looking at methodology. 5 assignments you have done. This face-to-face workshop, and we will have interaction with established leaders who are renowned during Meet the Leader session, as Dr. Kapil mentioned. This will be followed by online contact, in which we will review what you have progressed in your personal leadership development plan, and maybe a few sessions on some of the topics. We could not cover everything during these 3 days. Next one, please. These are the 3 components: self-assessment, face-to-face workshop, and post-workshop context. Next one, please. We normally look at strengths and weaknesses. and only focus on weaknesses. How can I get better? Strengths you already have. How you can maximize? So one part of your plan will be what strengths you already have and how you can maximize using those strengths to move up in the leadership ladder. Next one, please. So the input for your personal leadership development plan will come from the 5 assignments all of you have done. There are 2 assignments on leadership. One is leadership style, which is known as leadership compass. You have an area which you are very strong in, but that area should decide what you do in other areas. Next one was the leadership skills. Then first thing first, I don't call it time management because time you cannot manage. You can only manage what you do in time. So your priorities need to be clear. That's why it is called first things first. Organizational culture, rules, regulations are in writing, but culture is not in writing. So those of us who are brought up in AIMS Delhi know that as a first year student, I can ask head of the department or director, sir, why are you saying this? And the director, head of the department will not take an offense to it. In other places they do and will explain. I remember one of our directors, Dr. Amalinga Swami, Dr. Shailendra Vasin, sir, 1 year my senior, he is a renowned endocrinologist in Harvard. He asked him a question. Dr. Amalinga Swami, the class used to from 8 to 9 in the morning. He asked him a question. He said, son, I don't know. I'll come back to you. He went to the library in the night, came back next day morning and said, where is that footnote man? And Shailendra Vasin read that reference in a footnote of a recent article. So that is the humbleness you have. Every one of us is learning. That is the culture. So we will talk about culture, and that is why we gave you an assignment on organizational culture. Emotional competencies is another assignment you did. Emotional competencies are not only important at your place of work. It is also maybe more important in your family, more important in your social circle. So don't look at what you learn from this leadership courses is only applicable at work. No, it is applicable to every aspect of life. Background material, I don't know how many of you have been able to go through it, but whenever you find time, please go through those reading material. And there are movies. I had asked you to see 2 movies. One is Chapde India. What are the instances is that movie which brought the team together. Then a movie on life of Nelson Mandela, how he brought. Thank you. And I write a blog. Most of the blog topics are given to me by those who have participated in training, for example, associated in putting them on their path to journey. So what they suggest, I put it in my blog. If you are interested, you can look at it. About 50 blogs I have written, half of them on leadership. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you, Sanjay, for sharing the objectives and methodology. Now I request Professor Digambar Gaira, sir, who is our President-elect of National Academy of Medical Sciences, to address the participants. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So very good morning to everybody. Professor Sarin, Professor Chawla, Professor Umesh, Dr. Sood, Dr. Jain, our executive member, and dear friends. So at the very outset, I welcome you all to one of these very important, unique, and essential activities of the National Academy of Medical Sciences that has been taken up, that is the Leadership Development Program or the LEAD workshop. As we all know, leadership is important because it plays the most vital role in the development and achievements of the organization and its excellence. An organization without a leader is like a ship without a captain. He is the one that guides the cells. A leader is a man with a vision. He has to express his vision to the team and let his words turn into action. No doubt, all the team members are capable of achieving some good, but it is the leader who extracts the best and presents a victorious picture that crowns all. So there are obviously some essential qualities or requirements for a successful leader, which obviously we'll discuss and learn from each other during the 3 days of this workshop. You know, the leadership and the manager or the management are closely linked functions. However, the effective management and an efficient leader both are complementary to each other and they are different. So leadership provides direction, encouragement and motivate a team to achieve organizational success. Whereas management coordinates all the efforts of the team members towards a set target to make it achievable. A good leader without an effective management is not fruitful, and the same goes for an effective management working without a good leader. Among the many roles we medical professionals play, the role of leader may be one of them, and it is often needed to assume leadership the roles in our practice, hospitals and academic departments and institutions. These positions can be excellent leverage points of improvement of healthcare quality and the delivery system, whether for the country, for the state, or even for the region. Thus, at some time during a physician's professional life, he or she will probably be asked to lead. This opportunity may come when the physician is appointed chair of a department at a community hospital, managing partner in a group practice, or administrative in the academic institutions. However, as doctors, if one has to get a leadership role, he or she it is not formally trained, neither has earned a degree or a diploma as an essential qualification. Unlike other leadership, like leadership can be in any sphere of life. It may be political leadership, it may be an administrative like a bureaucrat, or maybe in a business house. All of them are formally trained. I think Dr. Sanjeev just told you he had 6 books and volumes of documents. But for us doctors, I think we don't have any formal training. We are never trained about administration. That is one thing. But whereas, because of whatever reason, either it is our own, compulsion, or maybe somebody telling us we take up that responsibility, I should say without a formal training. That is what is the basic difference between the bureaucrats or the political leader starts his training as a party worker. He starts as a party worker, goes to various things, and then ultimately over a period of time he becomes a political leader, and he becomes a good or bad political leader. But unfortunately, as doctors, we may be the best clinician. I may be a best clinician, I may be a best researcher, I may be a very good medical teacher, I can give a very good lecture. But question is, I am never trained about administration. Many of us, when we assume the role of a leader, maybe a director or something, at that time we do not know what is a GFR. I think many of our people, I have seen that they cannot even tell what is the full form of a GFR, General Financial Rules, among various administrative, the service rules. Because if you are a director or a dean of an institute, you need to know that. So what are the roles of the director, how he has to start a inquiry proceeding, how he has to punish somebody, what are the various penalties. Of course, these things, you have got other administrative staffs, they will try to tell you, but question is, if you do not know, if you are not a master, so obviously how you are a leader, then you may be misled. You may be, directed or misdirected to commit something wrong. So, many of the things I will just tell you with due excuse from Professor Chawla, who was my director. I'll also tell some stories about him, how I remember at one go once he told me, Digambar, now all of a sudden in PGI, the engineering department, there is a professor in charge. So one fine morning he calls me and tells me, Digambar, you have to be professor in charge of engineering department. I said, sir, engineering department and Dr. Vera, what do you mean by I am a chest physician? So what I have to do to know, you have to do that. So then obviously for unwillingly I have to take and that is the type of engineering work, what is engineering work, what is a building and what is a plan, even none of the things we know. So what I am trying to say, sometimes you are assigned this job. Again I remember Professor V.K. Sharma, who was my teacher as well, a very able administrator and very, he is the director of PGI. And one fine morning while we were traveling together to the lift of PGI, the medical superintendent office was just nearby. So he just telling me, he just put his hand on my shoulder, he told, I want you to come to this office. I said, sir, which office? He said, this office, this medical superintendent office. I give you 7 days time, you tell me that when I will join in. So then obviously I thought maybe he's joking. So I said, no, sir, I have nothing to do with this, I am not at all interested. He said, no, you give a thought about that. Then after 7 days, exactly after 7 days, again he is telling me, Digambar, I am going to take out the order today. I had told you something about a week back. You are not telling me anything. So without somebody's wish, so I was forced, then somehow I came into the administration. So there are many ways you come that. I know once we are told that while I was working in the procurement department, the then director, Professor Sharma, he gave the assignment to us, you make a budget for the PGI. Every year we have to give a budget. So actually there is a famous saying in PGI, again that's what I told you, sir, excuse me, Professor Chawla. So we call it a 10% budget. 10% budget means our financial department, the finance people, they have got a fixed idea. The budget, it has to give it just 10. Suppose last year it was 100 crore. Next year it will be, so the PGI will present it as 110 crore. That means 10% increase. And that particular person, Mr. Kalia, sir, so it is his fixed idea and he is the man. However he may be director, he may be anybody. He will say, no sir, last year it was 100 crore, this time it should be only 10% more, 110. So we call him PGI as a 10% budget. So every time, so like this, so you have to overcome this type of things. We try to convince the director, okay, this provision, it is not 10%. You ask money, then you get, who has told you 10%? And then the other thing, even many of the people, they do not know what is a BE and what is a RE, what is a budget estimate, what is a revised estimate, and how the budgets are made. So these are some of the things we doctors do not know. And I think we are in a extra step in comparison to the bureaucrats and others. We also do the teaching, we also do the research, we also do the clinician, and this is additional job which those people are doing. I think these are some of the important things we must learn and we must know, and that is what we are going to discuss during these 3 days. The another important aspect here is, as I could see, here the leaders are training the leaders, because here whatever you know, whatever he knows, whatever she knows, we are going to discuss it amongst ourselves. And ladies and gentlemen, I also like to bring on record that this is a unique idea, which is again a person like Dr. Shiv Sarin can do this, and he can push this, and he has pushed this unique opportunity. Sir, this is not a small thing. You have started something unique, and which is something very, very important. We all realize that, and that is going to I think the Honorable Minister also has told that very clearly. That is going a game changer, I think I should say. You know, in the country, our healthcare delivery system is a mixed, it is a complex system of healthcare delivery system is complex. It goes through, there is a central government, there is a state government, and they have different rules and different politics. But however, there are many changes that have taken place over the years. So how this healthcare delivery system will be implemented, and for implementation of anything, you need leaders, you need visionaries, and that is what, therefore, there is need for a visionary leaders, or the leaders who understand, who delivers. If the Prime Minister tells something, or a Chief Minister tells something, or Minister tells something, it is not going to be implemented. It has to be implemented through the leaders or to the people, and I think we are going to make a difference. The second thing, the second aspect is the medical education. The country is trying to get trained leaders, whether trained, I mean the healthcare professionals, whether it is medical or paramedical. Unfortunately, although that is my personal view, unfortunately the system is trying to create more and more people, but maybe while doing so, and while we are trying to make the quantity, but we are forgetting about quality. The medical colleges are mustering, whereas who is going to train them, and what should be our curriculum, what we should teach to our students, so that the healthcare delivery system will be a perfect one for this country. So for that, who is going to do that? It is we people who have to decide how to give not only quantity but also quality. The third thing is of course the research. Again, research, although every one of us do research or do some kinds of research, but to that extent, to large extent, again it is a sorry state of affairs. It is not up to the expectation in the country. I have got no hesitation in telling that. So therefore we also need leaders who can guide us what research we should do, how we should do, what is funding, what is quality research. So we also need leadership in that aspect. So all these aspects, in addition to the administrative part of it, it is very much required, and this type of workshop and this type of initiative is a most welcome step. And at the end, I think I was also going through some of the Egypt, something unique. As you see, I told you, and we all know, there is no curriculum about leadership or medical leadership. Nobody teaches us. The question is when should it be introduced in our curriculum, at what stage of the curriculum it should be introduced, when you become a professor, when you are a student. I think in many countries, very strangely, it is there. I could go through some of the references, even journals like very rarely you get such type of articles and research. The most recent one which I saw only last month, it was just a chance finding. Both the French and the Canadian group, they have developed a program, and where because this medical leadership program, and then even before that, the first reference I got in 1998, that is somebody has written the article about development of medical leadership. Very nice article. I am thinking all of us, I'll try to give you the reference. All of us should go these 3-4 references, and that includes everything. What is the idea? What is the help? We should start with the analyzing our healthcare system. What are the deficiencies? And then obviously taking the views of the society, what the bureaucrats want, what the politician wants, what the country overall wants. Because unless and until we cannot develop or do something of our own, we have to do within the framework, within the guidelines, or what the policy, what the country wants. Within that boundaries we have to work. And I am sure during the next 3 days, we will try to learn from each other, try to find where we went wrong, what we should have done, or what we should do. So that way it will be in-depth analysis and learning from each other. As I told you, it will be that the leaders training the leaders. So that will be one of the important things. And again I think I am really very grateful to Professor Sarin that he has started this the program. And maybe when obviously sir, when I have just told you before the meeting, when I take over from you, because I am little scared seeing the type of things, whether I will be able to push it through or not. So definitely will continue to get your leadership, and even if you demit the office of the president, and obviously I will try to whatever guideline, whatever initiatives you have done, I will try to continue that, and maybe with new additions and new things, if any things that will come up, and definitely we need your guidelines in future. So with these few words, ladies and gentlemen, I wish the workshop a great success, and that ultimately it will be for the benefit of our country, and a very important area which is usually not touched upon. Automatically we become leaders. We just do through our common sense. So if the common sense is good, then we become a success leader. So somebody, we may be a great clinician, good clinician, but not necessarily a good leadership. People may say, yes, so is a good person, he is a good clinician, but he is a useless leader, he has not done anything wrong. But I am sure we are going to learn more, and these training programs, I think Professor Sarin has got a very, the tight schedule. He was just telling me, he was whispering me, I had seen the things, sir, it will be, it will be possibly too tight, but it is very, very essential. And all of us, including Professor Umesh Kapil, as he told, an eminent person like him, he told in his opening remark, although I have got nothing about the leadership, you are a great leader, you are, and all these things you have tried to, this has become reality now today. That is with your great effort. Of course, the direction such from Dr. Sarin, you and Dr. Sud has done a great job. Again, thanks to you and hats off to you. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I wish the workshop a great success, and obviously I am going to learn many things from you people, experienced people like you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Mehra, for your words of wisdom and your personal experiences at PGI. I take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Y.K. Gupta, living legend in the field of pharmacology. He's the president of I don't know how many AIMS in the country, and he's been providing excellent leadership. May I now request Professor Shiv Kumar Sarin to deliver his presentation. Dr. Sarin is also a living legend in the field of hepatology, and he is an outstanding leader. I would say that his institution, ILBS, is the it's a unique institution. After serving for AIMS in the last 40 years, when I went to serve at ILBS, it was a great institution. The way he manages single-handedly everything, the rules, regulation, the acts, and so on and so forth, and the way he motivates people with a basic infrastructure is outstanding. And what he thought of that he will have this session as a meet the leader, and we would like him to express that how he has achieved all the success in his life. What is the life journey for this? What experiences he has had during his life journey? What mistakes he has committed? Let me put it this way also. So that all of you can learn the lessons. Like Dr. Mehra said, you may be an outstanding clinician, but you need a sum total to lead an institution. And I would say that the ILB is a unique institution not only in the country but in the whole Asia. And people come all over the country to be here. And this is something unique. And I personally feel that, sir, you have 1 hour with you. Please tell us each and everything what you have learned and what messages you would like to give to from the senior faculty members and some of the directors. But I would like to say only one sentence. Long time back, I was attending a lecture in National Institute of Health and Family Welfare. S.D. Kapoor was the teacher. He said, what is administration? What is administration? He said only one line for administration. Getting things done is the administration. How you do it is immaterial. So that is what it is, a single line statement. Getting things done. Your boss has said something, you have to do it. How you do it is your problem, not his problem. Same is the leadership program. Anyway, sir, please. So, over to you, sir. Please share your experiences. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Umesh, for very kind words, and welcome on behalf of NAMS and the whole team that has organized. And I first want to thank Umesh, Ajay and Sanjeev for making this happen. This was a seed which we thought might be helpful to all of us, and I really feel very happy when I heard the minister saying this is going to be, and Dr. Behra tells me that this message has been circulated by Director PGI to all the faculty members to come together. I also would like to say today I'm going to talk very different than what Umesh has said. Can you have my slides on? So I'll first tell you a small instance, जैसे संजीव बता रहे हैं. So when I joined All India Institute way back, it was my 3rd day. मैं सीढ़ी से लिफ्ट ले रहा था ऊपर जाने के लिए. तो एक छोटा मोटा आदमी आया, बाल नहीं. ये तुम नए आए हो? हाँ सर. कहाँ जाना है? मैंने कहा सर डॉक्टर भाटिया के वार्ड में जाना है, एमएल भाटिया के 7th फ्लोर पे, C7. मेरे साथ चलो. सीढ़ी चढ़ाते 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 ऊपर ले गए. ये वार्ड है, और अगली बार तुमने लिफ्ट ले ली तो तुम्हारी टांग तोड़ दूंगा. जिन्हों है कौन बंदा है, मुझे सुबह सुबह उन्होंने उस समय एप्रन नहीं डाला था. आई फाउंड आउट इट वाज डॉक्टर आहूजा, NMS आहूजा. उस दिन का दिन है और आज का दिन है. आई डोंट टेक अप एन एलिवेटर. दिस इज समथिंग, as you said, lead by example. And this is where I just thought leadership development is a continuous process, and Sanjeev has put in. Let's go further. I'll share some thoughts on it. What are challenges for a leader? सबसे पहले तो लड़ाइयाँ इतने डिपार्टमेंट्स, वो दूसरे सर्जरी मेडिसिन से नहीं, मतलब बिल्कुल अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट्स में भयंकर लड़ाई. फिर द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, वो हिलता ही नहीं. एलिफेंटेजिया कहता हूँ मैं इसको, कि वो कितना ही धक्का लगाओ अपनी स्पीड से ही. इज दैट राइट और रॉन्ग? यू डू व्हाट यू लाइक, तो फाइल विल नॉट मूव. तो कैन यू बिलीव व्हाट वी हैव डन? मेरा कोई पीए ही नहीं है. जो हमारा हेड है जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का, उसका कोई पीए नहीं है. जो फाइनेंस का हेड है उसका, किसी का कोई पीए नहीं. So if I have to go, I'll go and give it. If he has to come, he'll come and give it. So there is no PA, there is no other guy. Everything is you walk across, थोड़ी कसरत हो जाती है उससे. फिर लोग आपको, पड़ोसी वाला है यार, कैसे डॉक्टर शरीर को डाउन करें, कैसे इसको डाउन करें. This is another huge challenge. So why don't you let them grow यार? You also grow. उनको रोकोगे आप, कभी भी नहीं आएंगे. You go faster, they may come faster, but don't stop anybody. But these are your challenges. फिर फाइनेंस एंड इकोनॉमिक्स पता ही नहीं है. GFR फुल फॉर्म ही नहीं मालूम होता टिल द टाइम यू रीच। तो उस पूरे प्रोग्राम में GFR को कैसे करना है, यू गॉट द एक्सपर्ट्स ऑन बोर्ड। अच्छा, कभी भी अकेले चलेंगे तो ग्रोथ नहीं होती, यू हैव थिंग्स फॉलिंग आउट। एंड लास्टली साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी। एवरी मॉर्निंग यू फाइंड न्यू इंग्लैंड जर्नल में कुछ छपा है, लेंसेट में कुछ है। वी हैव Vijay Raghavan will be sharing his thoughts tomorrow. A national research fund with 1,000 crores, how this you can utilize. What Vijay is likely to speak to you online, he was supposed to come. So these are our challenges, and every day you find उसको ये इक्विपमेंट चाहिए, फिर आप एक जस्टिफिकेशन कमेटी में भेजते हो, जस्टिफिकेशन को पता ही नहीं कि यार जस्टिफाई सिर्फ एक आदमी को पता है जिसने इक्विपमेंट मांगा है, उसको छोड़ना नहीं। मेरे को थोड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली इन दी MCI। एक बंदा आया, बोलता है कि सर हमारे को हैंड सर्जरी में MCH चाहिए। मैंने कहा एक ही बंदा है, तो मैंने कहा 1 से 2 होंगे, 2 से 4 होंगे, 4 से 100 होंगे। टाटा मेमोरियल में 1 या 2 MCH थी, तब बड़वे आए कि यार हमें 4 और MCH खोलनी। मैंने कहा पूरी लिस्ट बनाओ कितनी खोलनी, तो बोले यार अब तो लिस्ट हमारी 11। मैंने कहा 2 मेरी तरफ से जोड़ लो, 13 MCH शुरू करता हूँ कॉलेज। All 13 started and now so the whole idea is somebody comes to you कि मुझे ये कर, अच्छा यार तू 2 मेरी तरफ से और कर, रोकना नहीं। If you stop, he will try to, anyway, you will not succeed. Next. So, our goals should be national goals. Because you all are national leaders. You are not just aims this or center of excellence or this. You are national leaders. Your goal is national. Do you agree with me? You are all national leaders. You all agree? All right. And you should be proud of your national goals. You may not agree with somebody what he says, but the goal you can be proud. मेरा गोल है, अभी मैं आपको थोड़ा सा और मेरे thought. These are all I prepared early morning, so there may not be enough. Next. Meritocracy. कभी भी अपने से स्मार्ट बंदे को छोड़ना ही नहीं, because everyone in your institute must be smarter than you to make the institute go up. एक भी बंदा जो स्मार्ट हो, कोई ना कोई तरीके से यार तू जाएगा नहीं यार, तू तो नहीं रहेगा, तेरे बिना तो मैं नहीं रह सकता। नेक्स्ट नहीं, पीछे जाना। नाउ यूज अनयूज्ड ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेस। हर जगह नर्सेज हैं। मैं बहुत साल पहले जब डॉक्टर विग होते थे डायरेक्टर PGI के, एक बार गया डॉक्टर विग राउंड लेने जा रहे थे, जो नर्स इंचार्ज थी वो बैठ के पराठे खा रही थी, वो उठी भी नहीं। मुझे मालूम है डॉक्टर विग इज सच ए स्ट्रॉन्ग डायरेक्टर, पर वो पराठे खा रही है तो खा रही है। तब से मैंने सोचा यार कि अगर नर्स को बैठने की जगह देंगे और वो भी वार्ड में, तो कभी ठीक नहीं होगा। तो देयर हैज टू बी अ सिस्टम। नर्स मीन्स यू आर नर्सिंग, व्हेन यू आर ऑफ यू आर ऑफ, यू आर वर्किंग यू आर वर्किंग। सो जस्ट गिव देम दैट एटमॉस्फेयर एंड टीच देम। उन्हें कोई पढ़ाता नहीं। सिमिलरली टेक्नीशियंस, the technicians are your eyes and hands. So my suggestion is use unused human resource. Just don't say he's a technician. This guy knows this machine, मुझे तो आती नहीं। अगर वो EEG कर रहा है या अगर वो आपकी कैलोरीमेट्री कर रहा है तो मुझे तो नहीं आता। Next. So now this is one of my favorite quotes. A candle which is not lit cannot light others. So lit yourself. Make sure you invest in yourself. And leadership is by example. It is just doing the things in the right mind. Do you agree with this? All this will be done by Sanjeev in the details, but these are my random thoughts. Next. And invest in yourself every minute. I learned so much from Dr. Mehra's thoughts and Umesh's thoughts. I made some notes on it. एक और याद रखिएगा कि जिस रास्ते पे सब लोग जा रहे हैं हो सकता है वो ठीक रास्ता है, पर हैव द करेज टू टेक ए डिफरेंट पाथ। अगर 2000 आदमी उधर जा रहे हैं, सब लोगों ने कार्डियोलॉजी लेना है, एक आधा आदमी कुछ और भी ले सकते, एंड देन यू स्टार्ट ए न्यू ब्रांच। सो माय सजेशन इज take a strong fish, become a strong fish and try to fight and see that you can make a new. Every day think यार आज मैं कुछ कैसा करता हूँ। Do you agree with this? हो सकता है सर, हरपाल है ना, हरविंदर, हो सकता है ना। Every day if you can think how I can be. One of the ways I do it is every resident I tell कि यार शाम को 5 ऐसे सवाल पूछना जो मुझे नहीं आते, पक्का मान के चलना कि यार आज डॉक्टर शरीफ को तो फ्लोट करना ही। एंड एवरी इवनिंग बिलीव मी व्हेन आई एम लीविंग द आईसीयू अराउंड एट 8 दे से सर एक पेशेंट है उसका ब्लड प्रेशर इतना है और उसको ये है और उसको ये, आप बताओ क्या मर गए तो आते ही तो जाके थोड़ा पढ़ता हूँ, एंड एज यू सेड उसको ढूंढना पड़ता है अगले दिन। तो मेक श्योर पीपल आस्क यू, दे पुट यू ऑन द मैट, they don't say yes sir. Next please. So I have some ideas of 5D vision. The 5D vision, क्या हम आसमान को छू सकते हैं? विजन है, पत्थर मारो शायद आकाश में छेद हो जाए, हो सकता है ना भी हो। Next. So here it is, हमें यार परमुटेशन करना है, हमें डिग्रीज बांटनी है। यार पिछले साल हुआ था वैसे ही बना लो, कभी ना करना, इस बार कुछ नया करना। नए लोगों को लगे यार हर साल इनका फंक्शन पिछले साल से डिफरेंट होता है, लोग अट्रैक्ट होंगे। कोई भी फंक्शन हो, कोई भी इवेंट हो, इट इज नॉट 10%, 50% और 100% प्लस। यू कैन सी दैट AI, the chat GPT is going to take over. So you need to be smart. You have to know. There is no way. You have to see that health and sports. This is all pogo. How you can do pogo? 50 फीट ऊपर भी आप जंप कर सकते। यार मैं तो नहीं कर सकता, यार हमारे कॉलेज में कोई तो कर सकता है। Make sports, health, ये बेस्ट इनिशिएटिव। Just recognize that. आप भी खेलिए, हार जाएंगे, तो एक कान टूट जाएगी, स्लिप हो जाएंगे, कोई बात नहीं यार। एट 60 you can play, at 50 you can play football. You participate. You also have to see that we can create, implant absolute new ideas in the young people. There is no shortcut. You have to say यार तुझे तो अब ये करके मुझे दिखाना है, तू मेरे से 100 गुना बेटर नया आइडिया लेकर आ। You have to implant, find 5, find 10 and implant this. And what will all do? You will see that your products, your people are smarter. I can't tell you every single person who works around, and I salute यार इसको तो मैं 10 मिनट में ट्रांसड्यूलर करता हूँ, ये तो 7 मिनट में कर लेता है। मैं टेलिंग यार तू बड़ा अच्छा है, 7 मिनट में कर लेता है बात। मिठाई इज वेरी हैप्पी, ही गोज अराउंड एंड सेज यार उसका जो स्टूडेंट होगा शायद वो 6 मिनट में कर ले और बेटर कर ले। So just make sure your emotions of positivity can go, so your progeny are better. Next please. Now our vision is 2047 तक हमें better होना है। तो मैं ये कुछ वापस से लेकर आया। Anybody knows 13D? You have 2D, 3D, 13D. So I learned about 13D in 1988. 13D is called chaos. Chaos, I thought that क्या बेवकूफ़ी है. मैं गया, I was at Yale in my Fulbright and I wanted to find some very funny way of doing things. कि बिना पंक्चर किए वेसल को उसका ब्लड प्रेशर कैसे मिल जाता है. I found out कि यार कौन बंदा है पूरे Yale में. उन्होंने सुब्रमण्यम करके 37-year-old प्रोफेसर ऑफ हाइड्रोलिक्स, आप उसके पास जाओ. That is the only guy who can do hydraulics and this. मैं कमरे में गया, अपना टी-शर्ट में बैठा, पीछे एक बड़ा पोस्टर था, इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑन केओस. Misprint है. 13D. He says when your mind can think simultaneously in 13 dimensions, you become unique. People at that time did not know 3D, 4D, only knew 2D. This is 1988. And this guy, who finally became the head of the atomic energy global, at 37, and I used to spend hours with him to learn what is chaos and science of chaos. But I am telling you, 3D, 4D, 5D is nothing. It's your ability to say, I can do 13D, and with chaos, I can synthesize and create new. With 3D, 4D, I can only do this. But with chaos, I can synthesize a new product. I hope I make sense to you. Bilkul. Absolutely. Next, please. Next. So now I come to a story, collective leadership. आपने खरगोश की, कछुए की कहानी सबने सुनी. ये खरगोश था और कछुआ था. शाम को रेस हुई, खरगोश जीत गया because he was faster, he was smarter. वो बेचारा कछुआ जो था, धीरे-धीरे था. But the story doesn't end here. Next day, the tortoise, he thought, कछुए ने सोचा कि यार कैसे हराऊं मैं कछुए. उसने कहा कि भाई चल अपन इस रास्ते पे चलते. उस रास्ते में पानी होता था. पर कछुए ने, उसने खरगोश को सोचा, आई एम वेरी स्मार्ट, मैं तो कहीं भी दौड़ सकती हूँ. रास्ते में नदी थी, जब दौड़ने लगे, कछुआ गया, तैर करके पहुंच गया. शाम को he was number 1 and खरगोश खाली. Thought he was very smart. अगले दिन खरगोश ने कहा यार ये तो बड़ी गड़बड़ बात है, मैं हार गया, मैं कैसे जीतूंगा. साहब उसके पास फिर गया कि यार तुम दोबारा रेस करते हैं. कछुआ वो वेरी स्मार्ट. उसने कहा कि ये तो जीत जाएगा मेरे से, मैं क्या करूं. बोले यार ऐसा करते हैं कि जहां जहां जमीन है वहां वहां मैं तेरे ऊपर चढ़ता हूं, जहां पानी आएगा वहां तू मेरे ऊपर चढ़. तो हम दोनों, एंड दे बोथ एग्री, और शाम की जगह दिन में 12 बजे ये रेस जीत के दोनों दूसरी साइड पहुंचे. दिस इज कलेक्टिव लीडरशिप. So don't just see that I am smart today, I am doing this, and the other guy is not, but no. So I think the concept of collective leadership must be today. But गलती होगी तो मैं होना है, अच्छा होगा तो तेरा क्रेडिट है, गलती हुई सारी नहीं. ओनरशिप नहीं तो वही हाल होगा, ऊपर लटके रहेंगे और फिर गिरा देंगे. एंड गोल्स achievable. Don't make impossible. Yes, slowly. Nobody gets. You have to have a step to reach the success. You just can't go by lift and say कि यार मैं पहुंच गया, जीत गया. वो politics में हो सकता है. But in our life, you have to climb the stairs. Next. अब उसमें क्या है? ऊपर वाले फिगर में मैंने बताया कि हमें सडन कई बार बड़ी जल्दी रिजल्ट चाहिए. And you cut the basics. Please don't do that. Remember that if you want to achieve something and you want to take all the credit to yourself, you cut the root. Don't cut the root. The root is your people. यार मैं डायरेक्टर हूँ, सारा काम तो मैंने ही किया, मैं हेड हूँ, सारी क्रेडिट तो मेरा ही। If you do that, you cut them. So please give everything to the whole tree. Don't just have the big fruits. And as I said again, we are all together. This is another way of showing India. You can see Bharat ka झंडा इसमें भी दिखता है. All the three colors are there: the white, the green. Next. So together we should shoot for the moon. We should, but together. But even if you miss, you will land among stars. Aim, but achievable, but also aim high. Don't just aim. And success is never ending, because failure is never final. You will again succeed. I have many such stories, and as you may said, failures and others. Many such instances where we wanted to do something and we failed. So I will share maybe on 10th some of the failures. But I want you to read a book. So 25 minutes में पढ़ लो. Why I Failed. This book is a book. नारायण मूर्ति, अभिनव बिंद्रा, 20 लोगों ने 2-2 पेज लिखे हैं सर. Why I Failed. अभिनव बिंद्रा का इंस्टांस में बता दूं. वो गया 2008 ओलंपिक्स में, तो उसने कहा कि यार मैं रात भर नहीं सो पाया, इतना स्ट्रेस था, इतनी टेंशन थी. ठीक है, गोल्ड मेडल मिल गया. जब 2012 में गया तो लोगों ने कहा तू 1 साल लंदन ही रहना, बिल्कुल कूल रहना, अखबार नहीं पढ़ना, ये नहीं करना, सब कुछ किया और वो हार गया. तो कहता है यार why I failed because I didn't have a hunger, that stress. लोग कहते हैं बड़ा यार टेंशन हो गई यार, स्ट्रेस हो गया. Stress is the motivation to work. Don't take it that stress is a cardiac disease. Next. Do you know how a good tea is made? Flavor tea में किससे आता है? चाय में. Bacteria, microorganisms, they give the flavor. जितने rich bacteria उस environment में होंगे, शिलोंग ले लीजिए, असम की टी ले लीजिए, the more the microorganism, more is the flavor. All your people in the institute give you that flavor. Each one of them is important to give the flavor that the institute is. And the bespoke varieties, those rare personalized varieties, you can create. You want to create 100 leaders in your institute, you can create 100 leaders. Each one is a leader. Your technician leader is the best in the country. My nurse gets 100 out of 100, she is the best in the country. Just create leaders. Next, please. So I have given you so many aspirations, so many thoughts. But the responsibilities are there. And to me, and I try and speak on this on Sunday, about something I call verticalism, and I will speak on this on Saturday. Responsibilities are very high. Next, please. This is the reason when I found myself, I was never trained, I tried by mistakes, learned. So NAM's LEAD program is the result of the hollowness, the weaknesses, the limitations which we have gone through. And I want to share that, and I want to say, and this may be the buzzword, become leaders to make other leaders. Each one of you make 100 leaders in your institute and enrich NAMS also. NAMS is very limited. हम 4 बंदे 5 बंदे काम करते हैं. And my leader is Umesh. I hats off to him. Works 24/7 all the time, no holidays. Ajay all the time. 10 o'clock in the night, they create things. Madhuri, Vinita, all of these, they have become leaders and they are leaders. So my suggestion is enrich men, make leaders here. In your 3 days, if you have ideas, National Academy ऐसी हो तो कैसी, क्या फायदा? Please give half an hour, right for us to do, right for what your academy can do. How many fellows you have, how many members you have, associate fellows, associate members. I'm sure Umesh will tell all about it. So with these very few thoughts, I would like to say, today we start leading by making you leaders. So I hope my this small interaction, you gave me 1 hour, Umesh. I think I finished in about 20 minutes. So one of the messages, save time. I have saved 40 into 25, maybe 1,000 minutes for each one of you. That is my way of managing. Thank you. Welcome to next.
Thank you very much, sir, for a very inspiring talk and very motivating, sharing with real life experiences. Sir, you forgot to mention one name, Mr. Ravi. He is the backbone of entire all the computer activities, whatever we are doing, is because of him. He is the real backbone. With this, I request now to Dr. Ajay Sood to give vote of thanks. Dr. Susa. He was for 10 years Secretary of National Board of Examination. And to his credit, I would say, he used to get a lot of phone calls कि भाई मेरे बच्चे कर दो, मेरे बच्चे कर दो, मेरे बच्चे कर दो. Cabinet ministers. What idea? He is a great leader. 10 to 1 exam, 2 o'clock results is being put up on the notice board. 2 to 5 exam, 6 o'clock the result is on the notice board. You can't do anything. That is the culture he brought into the National Board of Examination. One single man changed the entire scenario of the recommendation, pressure, pull and pressure and so on. Over to you, Dr. Sood. He is a very dear friend.
Thank you so much. I don't think I deserve that much, but thank you so much for the compliment. On behalf of the National Academy of Medical Sciences, it is my great privilege and honor to thank all of you and all those who have helped us in bringing up this program. So first of all, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Masood, who has given his video recording, and in the recording we feel greatly encouraged, and we hope with the support of the ministry will like to continue this program, extend to all medical institutions in the country. So we are really grateful to him for his message, video message as well as the written message. That is a source of encouragement for all of us. For this session, I think we have heard two eminent personalities in the area of medical, you can say leadership, Dr. Mehra sir and Dr. Salim sir. So I think both of them have given their practical experience and tips. And these are perhaps a unique point of this particular workshop. When we were discussing about the details of this program, one of the questions which was repeatedly coming, in 3 days what we can do? There are so many programs, much more better. And Dr. Salim said we have only one USP. And that USP is we have experience sharing by all the eminent personalities in the medical field, in the social circle, who have built an institution, even we are involved senior bureaucrats. So I think he's very right, because the personal experiences which you share with the participant, that have a more deeper impact. You know that this person is telling from personal experience, and this will be effective. And that perhaps is much more greater than the best book or management or leadership. So we again thank both of our guide, Dr. Mehra sir and Dr. Sarin sir, who have been interacting with us very regularly. I remember every week we used to visit ILPS and sir was giving us a lot of input. This idea again came from the president in one of the governing council meetings, and the council member kindly agreed to that, and we had a subcommittee of council members, which was headed by Dr. N.K. Arora, who is the executive director in England. And with the committee's recommendation, we were able to sort of formulate the board guideline. And then we had Dr. Sandeep sir, who had a lot of experience, and he guided us in designing the proposal. I also want to place on record the support which we have got from Dr. N.K. Arora. He kindly agreed to provide learning material from the England, and that we are using in this paper document. And we hope that Dr. Arora will be joining us in the follow-up workshop. He is abroad, but he has promised to join us in the follow-up workshop, and maybe in the next program which we are planning, he will be also taking the participant. So we'll appreciate his lecture and support the national activities. Then all the governing council members who are present here, and many of them are joining online, they have been constantly guiding us, giving their direction and advice, which I think is very, very important for the names of this. As far as the participants are concerned, I think you are the biggest asset for this project, because all of you have come from big institutions, you have managed those institutions, and that again, I think will be very important input for all of us, because experience sharing what is in AIMS or Deoghar or Rishikesh or Patna, so same sort of situation you will be facing somewhere else. So when we have this experience sharing, I think that is the greatest. And studies have also shown that in learning situations, more learning occurs when the participants share experience with each other rather than one person telling experience. So we thank you all. It was a weekend, and we also know that it is a year ending, financial year ending, and all of you have very senior position and commitment. So we are really grateful to all of you that you kindly agree to the request with present put, and you are very with us. And I assure you that these interactions in 3 days are not going to end there. We are going to have a relationship, and that relationship is going to last for much more long. We can share our experience from the WhatsApp. And again, I would like to place on record the support, as Sir said, from NAM's office staff under the guidance of our Honorable Secretary, Dr. Mesh Patel, has been working almost daily. We had great meetings, do this, and every day we had something new for you. But despite that, there could be some deficiencies, and because this is our first program, our first venture, and we always seek your feedback, because your advice, don't hesitate, please give your free and frank opinion, and we are amenable for improvement, and we assure that in future the training programs, if there is efficiency, will definitely come. So with these words, again, I want to thank all the office staff who have been working with us. Many people have been working in the background, but they have made it. So in the end, once again, on behalf of the NAM's family, today is Mahashivratri. So I wish you all and your family member best wishes, and let the Lord Shiva bless all of you with happiness, good health, and prosperity. Thank you so much.
Now we'll have a group photograph here and another one in the launch. भाई अरेंज करो ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ के लिए. थैंक यू वेरी मच डॉक्टर सूद. थैंक्स अ लॉट.
Yes, sir. Please, Nirmal sir, look here. Thank you, sir.
We goes to
Yes, please, sir. Yes.